This is your boy Jeff coming to you with a video of why God Country is so sentimental to me and why Donny Cates means so much to me myself. I'm gonna tell you guys the story, but before I do that, let me do the greeting in Cantonese. 各位觀眾，係志華. So that was just the greeting in Cantonese. And let me show you guys how many issues of God Country #1 I have, and how many versions of God Country I have. First one is a first print of God Country #1, signed by Donny at Orlando Toy and Comic Con. I actually met him like 2 weeks ago again. A slab copy, a CBCS copy of God Country #1. You guys might not have seen this before. It was only a con exclusive. So, a hardcover copy of God Country #1. Actually, I met him at MegaCon. I actually met Donny at MegaCon probably about last year. And he actually signed it. And drew Valifax in here, if you guys can see. And now I'm gonna tell you the story why God Country why it's so sentimental to me. At the time when God Country was coming out, I actually lost my grandfather was actually in the hospital. So this story actually hit an emotional chord with me. My grandfather actually wasn't going through Alzheimer's, but was having, but he was going through a hard time. He ended up in the hospital for a little while, for almost 2 to 3 months. We ended up losing him about probably 2 years ago. 2 years ago. The ironic thing was it was the same day I lost my mom, and pretty much this book actually helped me through a lot of stuff I didn't know I still was holding on to. I was holding on to a lot of grief about my mom and dad passing, and my grandfather passing, and my mom's mom passed. So I actually lost two of them on the same year. So to about 2 years ago. Different dates. One was in November and one was in December. So pretty much why this means so much is because it got me through a very hard time in my life. I mean, I can't like I said, Donny can't go no wrong in my book, but that's why this is the most sentiment. That's why this means so much. That's why God Country means so much. And that's why if I can find God Country raw editions for cheap, I'll probably pick it up. The next CGC copy I'm gonna probably pick up God Country #1 CGC slabbed, because I have a CBCS slab now. So I might actually pick one of the CBC. I already got CBCS, so I might pick up a God Country #1. God Country #1 CGC maybe signed, but my next goal is to have Jeff Shaw sign. Since I had Donny sign it, I'm gonna probably have Jeff Shaw sign this copy, and the raw copy. So my goal is to have Jeff Shaw sign them both. So they both of these guys mean a lot to me. Donny means very much to me. Donny got me through a very hard time in my life. So that's why this book is so sentimental in my book, in my collection. If I can find it for cheap, I'm gonna end up picking it up, multiple copies. It's like a friend of mine had his most sentimental comic in his collection is Superman 123, because that was his first ever comic. Why this comic means so much is that this is that comic to me. is it has a lot of, every time I see the cover, it gives me a lot of feelings, the good feelings actually, and it gets me over every time I've read this book. The ending always gets me. I always cry at the end, and I always tell myself, you're gonna end up I will not cry at the end of this book. If you've never read God Country, you guys don't know what you guys missing. It's one of the great books in my book. It's one of the top reads in my book. It's one of the, if you've never read comic books before, you have to read God Country. If you've never read comics, God Country would be a good book to turn you all guys on to. I mean, can't go no wrong. Guys, like, subscribe, comment below, calling everybody out. What's your guys' most sentimental comic in your guys' collection, or first comic, whatever it is? Make a video, like, comment, subscribe, share. You guys know the drill. It's your boy Jeff signing out.